Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky returned to the White House on Monday for talks with US President Donald Trump, aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. Several European leaders also joined the meetings in Washington, just days after Trump met Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska for a summit that ended without a ceasefire. Following that meeting, Trump said on Truth Social that he had spoken with Putin to arrange direct talks between the Russian leader and Zelensky. Trump added that once such a meeting happens, he plans to join both leaders for a trilateral discussion. A Kremlin advisor later confirmed that Trump and Putin had a 40-minute phone call on Monday. Before the European leaders gathered in the East Room, Trump was caught on a hot mic telling French President Emmanuel Macron, "I think he wants to make a deal. I think he wants to make a deal for me. You understand that?" apparently referring to Putin. Whether Zelensky and Putin can sit down face-to-face for the first time since Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022 remains uncertain. Zelensky has long pressed for such a meeting, though he has said it would expose Russia's lack of interest in peace. Moscow has repeatedly rejected the idea. On Monday night, Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov said it might be worthwhile to raise the level of negotiations, but stopped short of confirming a summit. Zelensky arrived in Washington with European leaders who wanted to show solidarity with Kyiv and push for firm security guarantees. Trump greeted him warmly, complimented his suit, and told reporters, "We love them," referring to the Ukrainian people. During their talks, Trump and European leaders focused on building a framework for peace. Trilateral meeting plans. Trump said he has started arranging a bilateral meeting between Putin and Zelensky, followed by a trilateral that would include him. Zelensky confirmed he's ready for any format of talks. Security guarantees. Zelensky said discussions included plans for Ukraine to buy $90 billion in American weapons using European funding, along with producing drones that the US may purchase. These details remain under negotiation and could be finalized within 10 days. Ukrainian territory. Zelensky and Trump reviewed maps of Russian-held areas, but NATO chief Mark Rutte said no territorial changes were discussed. Leaders agreed such issues are for Zelensky to raise directly with Putin. Coalition of the Willing. Leaders announced that 30 countries will coordinate with the US to strengthen Ukraine's security guarantees. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer called it a real step forward. Putin call. Trump phoned Putin during the meetings to propose a Zelensky-Putin summit within 2 weeks. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz later confirmed the call, saying the meeting's location is still undecided. Zelensky's appearance also drew attention, as he arrived in a sharp black suit instead of his usual military attire. The change in wardrobe sparked light-hearted exchanges during his first joint media appearance with Trump. Trump complimented his outfit, while a pro-Trump reporter, who had previously mocked his fatigues, repeated the praise. Zelensky responded with humor, joking that unlike him, the reporter had not changed his suit, an exchange that earned laughter across the room. The moment signaled a softer tone compared to the tense February meeting, when his attire became a point of criticism.
President Zelensky, you look fabulous in that suit.
I said the same.
Yeah, you look good.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, looks good.
I said to the one that attacked you last time. See, now he said, I remember that.
Yeah, I apologize to you. You look wonderful. No, my first question for you, President Zelensky.
In the same suit. See, I changed you out.
Maybe yours is much better.
French President Macron stressed that any Zelensky-Putin talks must begin with a ceasefire. "We cannot hold discussions under bombs," he said. Macron welcomed Trump's confidence, but warned Europe must be ready to raise sanctions if talks fail. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the effort unprecedented, noting that even the possibility of Zelensky and Putin meeting was significant after years without dialogue. Beyond security, Zelensky also highlighted the plight of Ukrainian children taken to Russia. He delivered a letter from his wife Olena Zelenska, thanking First Lady Melania Trump for her advocacy. Melania had recently written to Putin, urging him to return abducted children. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen echoed the call, saying, "Every single Ukrainian child abducted by Russia must be returned." Trump described the day's diplomacy as an early step in ending a war that has lasted nearly 4 years, while Zelensky managed his first joint appearance with Trump by deflecting criticism with humor, underscoring the weight of the negotiations ahead. Zelensky said White House discussions focused on security guarantees, including a $90 billion weapons plan and new drone production. He stressed that territorial issues must be discussed directly with Putin and confirmed he is open to any format of talks to push for an end to the war. That's all for now from Global Pulse Unplugged. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we'll see you next time.